All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Scott Schlemmer. I am here as your host today for the Visionary overview. I want to welcome everybody to today's call. As people come into the call here, I'm going to just give you a brief introduction as to what we're going to talk about today. A little bit of a background on who I am and some of the exciting things. I'm super excited about the information I'm going to deliver today. In fact, I've never been more excited about an opportunity for success for anybody, just for anybody, for any regular person right now that wants to, that's struggling maybe, or maybe you are successful and you want to take that next level of success. This is an opportunity that everybody needs to look at. It is the first opportunity. Maybe you've been looking at working from home or doing a business from home or anything of that sorts, trying to earn an extra income, trying to diversify. Yet you see all the statistics. Maybe you've been a part of the statistics of the 97% failure rate, the attrition rate in work from home businesses. You're going to look at an opportunity today that has a retention rate of over 90%. That's right, people. 90% retention in a work from home business. There's a multitude of opportunities and different ways to earn income with inside of Visionary. This is not just a buy something, go share it with your friends and family, and try to get them and talk them into something to buy from you. This is not one of those kind of opportunities. This is an opportunity with a multitude of ways to earn. So today we're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about a problem that all of us around the world are facing today. We're going to provide a solution to that problem. We're going to talk about an amazing product, and we're going to talk about timing. The three things that I look for when I look for business opportunities are leadership, quality of product, and timing. It has to have all three of those. It cannot just have two of the three or one of the three. It has to have all three of those. And when you see what you're about to see today, I think you're going to agree with me that Visionary and the Capricoin is the biggest opportunity heading into 2016. First of all, I like to talk. I like to start my webinars with a quote that really makes sense for the particular webinar that I'm hosting. In this case, it's great companies start because the founders want to change the world, not make a fast buck, by Guy Kawasaki. And that is what we have here with Visionary. The leaders of this company, the founders of this company, the ownership in this company, they and we as leaders want to change the world. That is what I look for in today's opportunities. There are a lot of great work from home opportunities, a lot of opportunities to diversify into different things. But what I look for right now, where I'm at in my life, is I look for opportunities that I think can change the world. And when I looked into the ownership eyes, when we were out in Spain just a couple of months ago for our leadership summit, when I looked into their eyes and I learned from them, and I've seen them, seen this company evolve. I've seen the shortcomings become overcome. You know, we're a new company, we're a startup company. You're going to have shortcomings. It's how you react to those shortcomings. It's how you make the adjustments that make the difference. And I've seen amazing growth here in just the 5 or 6 months, 7 months, whatever it is here that I've been on board with Visionary. I'm super excited about where the future is and where it's going here in coming up here in 2016. So first of all, who am I? Who is Scott Schlemmer? Why would you listen to me? Here's my Facebook page. I like to share this with people just to let you know I'm a real person. I'm an average, everyday person just like you. I've got a beautiful wife. I've got 3 kids. I work from home full time right here in my office where I'm doing this webinar today, in the marketing space, in the internet marketing space. I'm actually launching an SEO and marketing company, affiliate marketing, and different things. I've done this for just a little bit over 3 years full time here from my house, and anybody can do this with the right mindset. So I just want to let you know I'm just a regular guy. You can see a picture of me there holding up a fish. I love to fish. Like I said, I've got 3 beautiful kids, ages 5, 3, and 10 months, and I've got a beautiful wife as well. And so, um, I'm nobody special. I'm a real person. This is my real Facebook page. Feel free to reach out to me and ask any questions, or send me a friend request, or whatever it is that you need to do. I just wanted to share who I am, where my heart is, and what I'm looking for going forward. So I told you we're going to talk about the leadership. Here's the management team behind Visionary. From left to right, you have Ladislav Pastor, who is our CFO, Froda Berg, who is our CEO, and Andy Morbitzer right there. The next one over is our president of our company, and then Jesper Benson is the network advisor inside of the company. So we've got a wealth of knowledge here. And when I talked about leadership, not only do you need to have leadership into entrepreneurship and business ownership, which all four of these guys have been very successful in past business endeavors, you also want to be successful in the network marketing space, which all four of these guys have been multi-million-dollar producers inside of the network marketing space. You also want to have somebody maybe who has seen the financial game, somebody who knows the numbers. And Andy Morbitzer there, as you see, as our president, spent 20 years in and around Wall Street and has an extremely good knowledge and handle on the financial aspect. When you're talking about a new currency, when you're talking about currency in general, and in this case, cryptocurrency, you want to have expertise in all of these different aspects, and we have it. We have over, 20 years in network marketing for most of these guys, and inside of the leadership. I mean, when you look at the leadership group and the ownership group, we've got over a century of experience in business, and over 2 decades of experience inside of the financial arena. So you've got an extremely diverse group of leadership here, guys who are here to make a difference. Like I said, guys who are here to change the world. And that's what I look for. This is not hype. I'm not trying to hype something up here. I'm not trying to build something up to be something that it's not. I'm just trying to tell you that looking at these guys and seeing them work and seeing them in action with this company has completely blown me away. So an unbelievable. I would take this management team. I've been involved in a lot of different business deals. I would take this management team and rank them right up there with the best I've ever seen, without a doubt in my mind. So today we're going to talk about our global economy a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the shortcomings that we're seeing here around the world in our financial arena. And then we're going to talk about what are some of the ways that we can overcome this, because they're not going away. People continue to wait for things to happen. They continue to wait for the employment to come back. It's not going to happen. Technology is sucking up jobs. You're now starting to see robots come into manufacturing. Manufacturing jobs are going overseas into third world countries. You're not going to see your jobs come back. We're seeing inflation at an incredibly high rate without the increase in incomes to follow it. So you see here we've got a little bit of a cartoon. It's supposed to be kind of funny, but really, probably for most of us, it hits home. According to our calculations, we can make it if we become a 6-income family, and that's probably not too far from the truth for a lot of us, really. When you look at it, most families today are going to have some sort of secondary or third income, whether it's the dad taking on a second or third job, whether it's mom and dad both working, putting their kids at daycare, putting their kids at babysitters, whatever they got to do to make ends meet, just to have maybe a little bit of chicken scratch at the end of the week to rent a movie or something. I'm not talking about having some extravagant lifestyle. I'm talking about to make ends meet. That's kind of where we're at right now. I'm a 40-year-old male. I grew up, my dad owned his own business. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. And so I had my parents around me all the time. And that was something that was important to me to have for my children. Like I said, I have 3 kids, and I am, a work from home. My wife is also a business owner. We have an incredible amount of freedom. We are extremely blessed, but we worked extremely hard to get to that. And there's an opportunity for everybody to do that, but we can't wait around for the government to make the changes, because those are not going to happen. It's not going to come. As you can see here, the inflation just in the last 20 years or so has been incredible. I remember when I got out of college, I got into the golf profession for a few years. And I think that first year I made right around $28,000 or something like that. I remember going to the grocery store, buying my groceries. I remember gas being like 98 cents a gallon. I remember things just being like, I remember thinking, literally telling myself one day, sitting in my apartment saying, man, just wait till I make $40,000 a year. I'm going to have everything I need. I already felt like I had everything I needed. I was able to go out with my friends. I was able to go out for dinners. I was able to go out and do things. You can see here in 1998 what it took to fill up your shopping cart for 20 bucks. And now you look at today in 2015, you can't even buy a few items for $20. My wife and I just went to Walmart the other day to buy some things that we, not groceries. We bought a few groceries, but we bought some lights for Christmas and a few things. And I was like, going up there to check out and thinking in my head, this is probably going to cost $120. It came out to $290. I was blown away. I had to come home and look at my receipt. I never do that. But for some reason, I told her, something doesn't add up here. And I just looked at all of the things that now cost $6, $7, $8. We bought a few Blu-rays and we bought a few things, $6, $7, $8 that now cost $20 or $30, or things that used to cost 99 cents that now cost $4. It's mind blowing to see where we are coming from where we've been in the past. This one right here really hits home with me. Will my kids be better off? This is something that's been on my heart a lot over the last couple of years. My wife and I are also very into health and nutrition and taking care of ourselves and doing some studies and looking at financially from a health perspective from different avenues that is predicted that this generation of kids, my generation, my kids, will be the first one to actually live shorter lives than their parents, potentially, and also the first one to not be better off financially in financial security than the generation before. It is absolutely blowing my mind. It's because of the debt ratio that we're taking on inside of the United States and around the world. We'll see some of the other countries that have done bankruptcy and things like that as we go on through this. So for me, and my motivation in diversifying and what I'm looking for, why did I get involved in cryptocurrency? It was for my children. It was for my family. I was looking for ways to diversify outside of the US dollar and the US economy. Now, I'm not completely getting out of that, and I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I don't think that the world is coming to an end and that the United States will no longer be, some sort of a superpower or some sort of a leadership around the world. I don't necessarily believe those kind of things. I don't buy into the media hype. I don't watch the news, but I do look at what the facts are showing me. I do look at what is going on in the fact that we have, you see here the U.S. national debt of over, 19 trillion, $20 trillion and counting, that it just continues to escalate. At some point, there has to be course correction involved in this. You cannot continue to accumulate national debt at the rate we are without not having some sort of a time bomb go off and have some sort of a course correction. And so for me, it was important for me to diversify outside of the US dollar, the US economy, not completely get out of it, but looking at different assets and different ways for places for me to put my money so that I am insured. When we look at cryptocurrency, I look at it as an insurance. The reason that somebody would buy gold or silver should be the same reasons that you look at cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is our future. You can look at here, more facts in regards to the U.S. national debt. In 1990, we were 2-1 in the black. 2-1 debt per per capita income. Our debt to income ratio, in 1990 was 2-1 in the black. Now you look at it here in this graph alone, 2009, it's 2-1 in the red, and in 2015 it's even higher. It's just continuing to grow, our debt per income. Ron Paul had a great statement here. Most of us know Ron as a former U.S. presidential candidate and 22-year congressman. He said, "I believe we as a nation are on the brink of a massive financial crisis, infinitely worse than the crisis of 2008. And that's because it won't be a banking and mortgage problem, but a full-blown currency crisis, the likes of which we've never experienced in this country. The savings of millions of people could be wiped out overnight. The stock market could crash by 50% or more. The way of life we've enjoyed as Americans for 50 years could come to an end. It's not a question of if this will happen, but win. I don't know about you, but the power of that statement really, really hits home with me as we see, like I said, the debt crisis grow, as we see countries go bankrupt, as we see, the unemployment rates continue to rise, or they may come back a little bit, but it's all fake. None of it is real and lasting. We're not creating lasting careers and lasting jobs anymore. Technology is wiping that out. You can see here China approves the usage of ruble instead of US dollar for border city. So you're starting to see the devaluation of the US dollar already. And now people say to me, well, what is your cryptocurrency backed up by? And I say it's not backed up by anything. Well, I like to have, I believe in things that are backed up by gold. What people don't understand is that in 1971, the US dollar was delinked from gold. And in 2008, it was basically wiped out as a backing for the US dollar. The US dollar is backed by nothing right now. It is backed by the fact that we think it's worth a dollar. That is really what it's backed by. And so to think that you need something that's backed by something is just it's not a way of thinking in today's economy. It's not real as to what's going on with the US dollar and with the currencies from around the world. You can see here another one, China-Russia currency agreement further threatens the US dollar. So you're seeing news come out, bankers behind bars, a guided walking tour through the collapse of Iceland's banking system. Essentially, people woke up overnight and had inflation 2 times what they were paying the day before, yet a zero rise in their income at all. Not a single rise in their income. So Argentina's debt crisis. Country turns to UN to avoid accountability. Argentina, you can see it here with Cyprus. They're in huge financial crises. You can see here the Greeks. We all know, we've seen, this is the latest one that we've seen, lining up for hours to withdraw just 60 euros. So when your money is inside of a bank, just like in Greece, it is owned by that bank or by the United States government, or in this case, the Greek government. So that money really isn't yours. I don't know if anybody knew that that's out here, but it's not really yours. When you put anything into a safe deposit box into a bank, you put anything into a checking account or a savings account, it's not really yours. It's only yours until things go wrong. At any point, that can be locked up, it can be seized. They call it a bail-in. You're going to see, as you see here, 60 euros a day is all they could withdraw because of the crisis. They didn't have the money to give people because it wasn't worth anything. Zimbabwe heading for a new economic crisis. Their paper money is virtually worthless. You can see here, this is actually a picture I took of a friend of mine when we were over in Spain, of a $10 trillion bill in Zimbabwe. So that has been devalued down to, that wouldn't even buy you a pizza in Zimbabwe. So a $10 trillion bill doesn't even buy you a pizza because their reserve, their money is becoming devalued, just like it is here in the United States. It has, in this case, now in the US, we're not quite at that stage, obviously, but here and in Zimbabwe, they've gotten to a point where their paper money is worth zero. Bear with me here 1 second. Sorry, I had something pop up on my screen. Digital currency is the first improvement in money in 5,000 years. Bill Bonner, founder and president of Agora Publishing. Bill is obviously a successful entrepreneur. He understands the market and where it's at. And that is something that I saw. In 2014, I was introduced to Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency craze. And it was something that I saw as something that was revolutionary. It was game changing in the way and the movement, the way we were going to exchange goods and services for the movement of our money. The movement to smartphones and basically running anything that you want to run online on your phone has given this an incredible opportunity and a foothold in the marketplace. So today, we talked about the financial crisis. You saw the debt issues. You've seen countries going bankrupt around the world. We see the issues that we're having with that are going to be facing our children and the next generation of people that are coming through. How can we go about getting around that? Obviously, gold and silver is a great way to do that. It's a great way to diversify yourself. And like I said earlier, the reason that you would look at cryptocurrency is the same reason that you look at gold or silver. So today, I'm going to introduce you to a new global currency, an instant digital payment solution. It's called Capricoin. So first of all, let's get a little bit of a background about what cryptocurrency is. Most people out there probably have no idea what cryptocurrency is. I like to think that probably 90% of the world has no idea what cryptocurrency is. The 10% that do have a general idea, and less than 1% actually has some sort of education on it. Now, what I see when I say world changing opportunities, what I said earlier, when I look at businesses, I look at things that potentially could change the world. I see in 5 years that being a complete reversal. 90% of the world will know what cryptocurrency is. 10% will still be left in the dark. And you'll start to see the shift in the evolution. In 10 years, we won't know what to do without cryptocurrency. Much like the internet in the early 90s. Most of us, I graduated from high school in 1993. I barely knew what the internet was when I graduated from high school. I had a friend of mine that had some program that knew how to get from point A to point B quicker or something. And then I had heard when I went to college about this email thing, but I never had an email in college. It was just something that wasn't valuable to me. I didn't think it had any pedigree or legs. I didn't know that it was going to grow to be what it is today, where I can't walk around without my cell phone. We are so tuned in to technology today. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, we did not think that way. And that is the direction, that is the comparison I like to make in cryptocurrency. Right now, it's in its infancy stage. Over the next 5 years, 10 years is the time to capitalize on the cryptocurrency revolution. 10, 15, 20 years, it becomes a lot more difficult. Just like capitalizing on the internet. If you started building business on the internet before building business on the internet was cool, you did very, very, very well. And that's where we're at with the cryptocurrency right now. So what is it? It's your money in a digital form. Basically, take a dollar bill, take that serial number off that dollar bill, crumple up the paper and throw the paper away. That's what it is. In its simplest form, it's an electronic form of payment that has a serial number, blockchain technology that keeps it authentic, that is used. It's that simple. Don't make it any more complicated than that. There are no fees to use it. So this is one of the biggest and most powerful things to me that makes it what it is as far as the opportunity of the future. It's virtually run with no fees. So we know all of the fees with credit cards and banking and having checking accounts and all the stuff that you're paying in fees. Fees, 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 fees. It's what's keeping this running. There are no fees for this. There is no central authority that governs cryptocurrency. And so you have a third-party verification form is how that these transactions are made. So you can do this without any type of fees. You can transfer money worldwide instantly. And so when a merchant comes on and accepts Capricoin, they take all of the risk out of it. They actually get paid in US dollars or in euros or whatever your local currency happens to be. So you can literally transfer the money worldwide instantly. You can do it from currency to currency. You can do it from cryptocurrency to USD, USD to cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency to euro, whatever you want to do, in and out in an instant form. Protection, it's out of the hands of your government and bank. So like I said, it is not run and controlled by your government bank. So it has no tie to the US dollar. So if the US dollar crashes, it's an insurance form. It still has value, and you'll see that here coming up. It's a solution to commerce, government regulations, and transactions fees. All you need to get paid, and transfer money is a phone. It's basically as simple as taking a picture on your phone and hitting send. It's basically as simple as sending an email. That's what it takes. That's what you need to know. People overcomplicate the cryptocurrency thing. Well, how does the blockchain work? How does all this work? Well, you know what? I don't know how a credit card machine is programmed, but I still use it to run my credit card, right? I don't know how the internet runs, but I still use it every single day. I have no idea how the network is set up. If I had to learn all that stuff, I would be clueless. But I still use those things every single day. And that's how you got to look at cryptocurrency. How do I get the value and how do I use it? I don't need to know how all of the complex back end algorithms and all that stuff work. That's not important. So most of us know about cryptocurrency have heard of Bitcoin. Even people are thinking, "Oh, I didn't know Bitcoin was called cryptocurrency." Well, Bitcoin was actually the first cryptocurrency in 2009. It's certainly not the only one. There's more than 2,500 now. Really, only about 100 of them with any type of value. Bitcoin in 2009 was basically worthless. It was used by gamers online to make online gaming payments. Is really what it came to. And then somewhere in 2000, about 2011, it started gaining a little bit of momentum. And today in 2015, it's worth anywhere around 250, 300. I think it's actually, around $350 today is what it's at. So you can see that it's created real value here over time. If you look at if you would have bought $100 of Bitcoins in 2009, it would be worth $2.5 million or more today. Think about that. $100 in Bitcoins would be valued at 2.5 million or more today. I don't know if those numbers blow your mind away, but they certainly blow mine away. And while the opportunities with Bitcoin to make that kind of money have passed, Bitcoin has paved the way for other cryptocurrencies like Capricoin. Here's a great story right here. A Norwegian man forgets about a $26 Bitcoin investment that he turned into $850,000. He was writing a thesis on encryption for his college paper, found out about Bitcoin in 2009, threw $26 at it, and turned that $26 into $850,000. Those are the kind of opportunities that lie within the cryptocurrency space. Did you know that Bitcoin is already widely accepted worldwide? It's accepted by more than 300,000 companies worldwide. Most people have heard of Bitcoin, but they have no idea how readily it is accepted around the world. Companies like Dell, Overstock.com, PayPal, Virgin Atlantic, TigerDirect.com, 7-Eleven, Expedia, and on and on and on and on. So it's something that Bitcoin is paving the way with the merchant applications for companies or for cryptocurrencies like Capricoin to take advantage. Bitcoin today in the United States, is deemed a regular currency in Australia today. It's officially a commodity in the United States. There's actually bit licensing that goes on, and so there are some regulations. So when I said that it's not controlled by a third party earlier, it's still not a Wild West show. Okay, it's starting. The government, the banks, these other things are starting to realize that cryptocurrency is here and it's here to stay, and we got to have some sort of protections in place to protect the people that get involved. So you can have assurance in that, but you also have assurance in the fact that it's not controlled, run, or governed by any type of government entity or bank. Barclays has become the first major bank to accept Bitcoin, so you're starting to see the threat here to the banking system. And so now banks are starting to get a little bit more warm to the idea of Bitcoin, to the idea of cryptocurrency. Every single day I look at the news in regards to cryptocurrency and I see something that is evolving it, something that is changing it, something that is growing it. These are just a few examples right here. Now, Bitcoin was the original cryptocurrency, like I mentioned, but it doesn't come without its challenges. It has no formal marketing strategy. So basically, Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto or a group of people that go by the name Satoshi. And it was put out there into cyberspace, and it was just basically sitting out there, like I said, for gamers were using it. It had no kind of, marketing behind it or anything. It actually was, I think, by chance and luck and the idea more than anything that allowed Bitcoin to grow to where it is today. But it had no formal marketing strategy. Now imagine the power and reach of a coin that has a marketing strategy behind it. Bitcoin's also perceived as an investment, as an asset. It's volatile and fluctuating in price. It's delaying conversion to global currencies. So it can take up to 6 hours to process a payment with Bitcoin. Now, with what you're going to see here with Capricoin and Visionary, those those payments are instant. They're in 3 seconds or less. So you're seeing some of the things. We're taking the best of Bitcoin and their strategies, and we're following along in that aspect of it, but we're also improving on its deficiencies. It's also very expensive to mine Bitcoin. It takes a lot of hardware, software, and electricity. And with Visionary and the Capricorn, you're also going to have all of that difficult, challenging mining aspect taken away. Sorry, I had to get a quick drink there. The Capricorn value, we're going to create true supply and demand with Capricorn. That is how the value is based, is on supply and demand. It's a legitimate cryptocurrency available on 3 public exchanges. It's available on Bittrex.com, BlueTrade.com, and CoinMarketCap.com. So what does that mean, right? That means that you can actually go to Bittrex.com and buy Capricorn right now. That is how that first of all, that it's a legitimate cryptocurrency. You don't get on one of these public exchanges without disclosing some information in the blockchain. One thing that you can be rest assured with on this is that being on these public exchanges. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Actually, it doesn't usually happen to me. Is going to Oh, well, I guess I'll move on. It's designed to protect and secure finances. If I remember, I'll come back to it. There's something else there about the public exchanges that is very, exciting. Um, it's designed to protect and secure finances, designed to increase in value, and it's designed to be a global digital payment solution. And so it's also, you see, the world's first MLM on the exchanges with our own blockchain cryptocurrency. So like I said, the first one on the exchange with a marketing arm attached to it, or a marketing strategy attached to it. So not only are you getting involved in a niche or an industry early, not only are you getting involved with a company at its infancy, but the idea within the MLM or network marketing community, we are the very first one to be accepted on a public exchange, which, like I said, makes you a legitimate cryptocurrency. It's also a way that you're going to be able to make transactions with this later on down the road. So you can be assured that this is something that is here, it's here to stay, and it's here for the long term. Our very own Gary Connor, who is the editor-in-chief of Altcoin Today, said Capricoin may be the perfect coin. Gary is one of the most well-respected people in the cryptocurrency space. He is very heavily involved and has been for a number of years. He is an expert. The guy blows my mind every time I have a conversation with him and learning something new about this stuff. And when he called this the perfect coin, it about knocked me off my chair. I was already excited about the opportunity. I was already excited about the future of it. And he just really blew me away with that. Altcoin Today is one of the leading newsletters for alternative currencies. It's one of the top 2 or 3 newsletters for alternative currencies. And Gary is the founder and editor-in-chief. So we've got some videos about what Gary has to say about Capricoin. So after this is over, if you want to hear more about what Gary has to say, get back to the person that invited you, and they'll be able to share some of the exciting stuff. I mean, it will knock your socks off and get you. If you're not already super excited after listening to this, it will knock your socks off. What makes this different? Like I said, world's first MLM on the exchanges with our own blockchain cryptocurrency. Second generation cryptocurrency, instant payment, like I talked about, payments in 3 seconds or less. No one has the technology nor the strategy Capricoin offers. So not only do we have the new technology, instant payment solution, we also have the marketing platform. We have the mining platform. So literally all people have to do is click a couple of buttons and they'll be mining Capricoin, and Capricoin will be going into their account. We have solutions for you to pay with Capricoin anywhere you want. Like I said, if you're a merchant who's going to be coming on board with this, we take all of the risk out of this. So you get paid in your local currency. So you don't have to hang on to the Capricoin if you don't want to. I pay in Capricoin, you get paid in USD. Somebody in Europe pays in Capricoin, the merchant there gets paid in euro or whatever your choice is of fiat currency. Value is based on true supply and demand, not speculative trading. So the supply and the demand of this coin, which will be created by the marketing strategy, will create the value. Attractive earnings potential, several ways to earn inside of this compensation plan. I'm not going to touch on all of those in detail here. I want to give people an overview and an idea. Like I said, when this is over, if you're a nitty gritty, need to know the numbers kind of a guy, get back to the person that invited you and get your questions answered. Ask them to send you the comp plan and they'll send it to you. Very low mining price. So you're going to be able to mine these things for pennies on the dollar. And then you're also going to be able to achieve free mining time for your efforts in the mining pool. How do you get started? You can get started today for 297 euros. You can actually get started for 97 euros at our bronze level package, which can get you in and dip your toe in, get you to mine a few coins, and get you to get a better understanding of what's going on. Our most popular package, though, is the 297 euro or $300 silver package, and you can start mining immediately this week. The next thing is get back with the person who invited you and get started. Once you get started, find two partners who want to protect their savings, invite them to this same presentation that you're watching, and start earning an income. So why Visionary and why today? So why do you want to get started Visionary? Like I said, I look at Visionary or the Capricoin as an insurance policy against my fiat currency, against the US government, against the US banking system. I look at it as an opportunity to diversify and to strategize for what's best for the future of my family. For the same reasons that I invest in gold or silver is the same reason that I want to diversify my money into Capricoin or into digital cryptocurrency in general. So those are the reasons why I got started. On top of the fact, like I said, the leadership, the timing right now. I talked about the timing on this with it being so infant that people barely even know what this is. Most of the people in the world have no idea. And in 10 years, you're going to be on the opposite end of the spectrum of that. As far as the leadership group goes, I told you that's why I got started. The leadership, the timing, the quality of what we got going on here. We've improved on the deficiencies of Bitcoin. We've made this, the first MLM with a blockchain cryptocurrency to be accepted on a public exchange, so you can be assured that this is a legitimate cryptocurrency. It's a legitimate opportunity. It is not some sort of a scam or Ponzi scheme, or I don't understand it because it doesn't back by gold. You can be assured with that by being on one of these regulated exchanges because of what you have to go through. There are so many reasons to get started today. So what you need to do now, get back with the person who invited you on this call, get all of your questions answered, get your silver or your bronze or your silver package or your gold or whatever package you're comfortable coming in at, and get started today. Get started mining Visionary. Get started mining with Visionary, mining for the cryptocurrency Capricoin. So I want to thank everybody for being on the call today. I hope everybody got some value out of this. I hope you got some level of education out of this. Super excited. I hope to see you guys on the inside. We've got an awesome VIP group once you become a member inside of Facebook, where you're going to get all of the training. You're going to get all of the education that you need in regards to this. So get back with the person that invited you. Get started today, and we'll see you on the inside. We'll take care. Bye for now.